Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And today I want to share with you the two big parts that it takes to be successful in trading. And one of these big things most people don't even think about or talk about, and they don't even focus on. So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you this insight. All right, so if you do anything in life, anything, it takes really two big things to be successful in it. Let's take a look at a sports analogy. And if we look at just playing basketball, in order for you to be a successful basketball player, you could be a fantastic dribbler. You could be a fantastic free throw shooter, a three-pointer. But if you don't have the mental game, okay, you're not going to be successful on the court. That's just a fact of life. It goes in and with a lot of other things in life. There usually is multiple components. And when it comes to stock trading, it's no different. It requires two main things, the outer game and the inner game. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And if we look at just these two big parts, this is what gets you to success. And where you overlap, that is your successful part. Okay, so that is success. So here we have the outer game. And here we have the inner game. Okay, and you might be wondering, well, what are these two things? Well, the outer game, if we're looking at breaking these things down, the outer game is, let's just look at the sports. This is the physical aspect. Okay, so this is outside and what you can kind of see. The inner game is usually more mental. It's things you can't see. It's how you readjust your behavior when you lose a shot. So let's say you lost a game, lost a shot. It's how you behave, your focus muscles. It's all of those other things. It's the mentality. So it could be focus, could be your drive, could be your motivation. So all of these things is kind of your inner game. Your outer game is kind of your physical. Could you dribble the shot? Could you take the shot? And make it. So that's kind of the outer game. So when we look into trading, here's kind of where trading falls into place. So what is the outer game in trading? This is what most people focus on. They focus on the charts. Can you read the charts? They focus on indicators. Can you go ahead and know how to use an indicator? Can I open up an account? Can I use the computer software? So stuff like this. How do I go ahead and place a trade? How do I use the platform? How do options work? So even things like that is still the outer game. The inner game is more of like figuring out how do you go ahead and deal with the losses? How do you deal with the mental energy of trading with kids? Let's just say you got kids, with kids. In your life, like how does it fit into your life? Because that's all important. So all of those things are personal. It's kind of inside of you, and it takes both. It takes the outer game and the inner game to be successful, to take and make it happen. And I've seen, people always wonder and kind of, I've seen people who are in their 20s, right? So in their 20s, and they may have a low risk tolerance, and that has to match up with your trading. And if it doesn't, you're going to have a bad inner game, and then you're not going to do well. So it's more along the lines of like, look, if you want to buy a jumbo jet, but you have a low risk tolerance, the inner game doesn't match your risk levels and risk tolerance. You're going to have to trade more like a retiree, and that's fine. Now, can you stretch those things? Sure. But it's got to all match up. So what a lot of people do is they really just hone in and focus more on the outer game. They focus more on, hey, show me how to use the charts. Hey, show me how to go ahead and place a trade. How do I set up this option strategy? How do I, tweak it, adjust it, modify it? Yeah, and that's all great. And that's what a lot of people want to know and hear. So I have a lot of content material, but I find a lot of the work that we do as far as in the coaching and quite a bit on the mentoring after we get through some of the strategies, part of that's actually the inner game and figuring out how do you deal with the losses? How do you go ahead and get over the hump of doing the next trade, the next trade, the next trade? So that is really what drives you over the hump of success or get to the success part is the inner game, internal, the mental part. And that's what a lot of people don't focus on. So it requires both. You have to have both. You have to have the knowledge and understanding, and you have to be able to deal with the losses, the ups and downs in the business, just like you do with any business or any sports. If you're a winner at times, sometimes you're a loser, you lose the game. In business, well, yeah, sometimes money's coming in during certain seasons, like Christmas season. Let's say you run a Christmas or a holiday store. Yeah, it's coming in Christmas season, but then other seasons, it's not coming in. So you have to make do and change things out. If you're a farmer, a lot of farmers out there, God bless you. But, you know, at times when it's not farming season, well, where's the money coming from? So again, there's the ups and downs in the season. Sometimes you have to spend money. You got to pay for accountants. You got to pay for lawyers. You got to buy printers. You got to buy computers. Money's coming out. And the same in this business. When you have losses, trades aren't working. Those are your money coming out. So think of it in those concepts, and really you also have to make it work within your mentality, within your mental game. But if it's always getting destroyed and you're not thinking clearly or clear-headed, you're not there yet. You got to work a little more on the mental game. And the way to raise that mental game, a lot of it is focusing on the outer game in conjunction with the inner game. So you got to do both, and it's got to match. And when it matches, that's where the harmony kind of takes place. Anyways, we focus a lot more of these kinds of things in courses that I have, like Trader Transformation, some of the coaching that I do, and much more. So anyways, if you want to see other great videos like this one, check out some the other videos here, or subscribe to the channel, and you can also grab some great freebies by going to our website right here. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.